It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls up against the Indiana Pacers. Taking a look at the Pacers, they split the season series against these guys last season, 2 games apiece. Should be a good one tonight. And Coach Fred Hoiberg, the mayor, a decade in the NBA, then a successful run coaching Iowa State. How do you think he's doing with the Bulls, Kenny?
It's a tough act to follow with Tom Thibodeau departing. That's tough. But, his nice guy demeanor can win the team over. A lot of new players, a lot of new things. It's tough. Good luck.
You know, he's faced some criticism. Players say he needs to coach harder. Takes time. They just got to stick with him.
That'll wrap it up as we take you courtside. Thank you for joining us.
It's Friday night, and live on 2K Sports, we're going to bring you the NBA in all its excitement. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. Well, it was the Indiana Pacers in their last game, a loss to Detroit.
And the effort down the stretch, those final few minutes of regulation, that's what they needed, but they were burnt out in the overtime.
Fatigue comes into play when games go into overtime, and you saw they just had no gas left in the tank in that loss.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Well, guys, Nate McMillan took over as coach of the Pacers last season. Now, his previous head coaching job had been 5 seasons prior. He said, now, there's a lot of old school in me, but I do understand you have to adapt with this generation of players, the millennials, and how you communicate. And they want to bring that old school discipline to this team. Kevin?
Thanks, David. It's great to have a mix of those things. Adapt or die, as they say. And as the NBA season gets going, some teams look good on paper, but it doesn't always add up. And as a player, Steve, how do you know that your team has a shot to be special? What are the signs that tell you that?
I think training camp, I think the focus, I think you can just feel that chemistry. And a lot of times you've been on teams where you say, it looks good on paper, but it's not going to work well because skill-wise, general managers think it's going to work. But I think personality, sometimes they just clash.
Yeah. And you can't have that. Winning teams may have a little bit of tension, but overall they're on the same page.
You got to be on the same page to win it all.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court right now for the Pacers. Young and Turner up front. Collison and Oladipo pair at the 1 and the 2. And it's Bogdanovich in at the small forward. Now here's Bogdanovich. Here's Collison. Here's Young. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Young's got the first basket of the game for Indiana. Grant kicks to Holiday. Feeds it to Lopez. The pass to Levine. Lopez a screen. Levine can't hit. Here's Indiana. This is their first chance to take a look at the Bulls this season.
And last year, an entertaining season series between the two ended up battling to a draw.
Just goes to show you that these two teams are always at the top of their games when they go up against one another.
Now here's Levine. 32 points for him last game against Toronto.
Also, you have to mention the rebounding, another area where he excels.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
A lot of laziness going on out there. Still early in the game, but that needs to get worked out.
Here's Collison. After Jaren Grant's bucket, the drive by Collison, and Grant sends it back. They've got the 5-on-3 advantage. Holiday with it. Now guarded by Bogdanovich. Here's Markkanen. And a miss there on the triple.
and close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Collison dishes to Oladipo. Over Levine. Oladipo misses. Bulls have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Grant the pass to Holiday. Levine kicks to Grant. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Grant's got his second basket.
And you see the pass. Levine improving as a playmaker, learning how to succeed at this level.
Collison dishes to Young. Chicago grabs the miss. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
And the effort down the stretch, those final few minutes of regulation, you know, that's what they needed, but they were burnt out in the overtime.
Fatigue comes into play when games go into overtime, and you saw they just had no gas left in the tank in that loss.
Grant with the ball. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Toronto.
And he showed again why he is such a sensational playmaker. Some of the plays he made were just remarkable.
Now here's Markkanen. Outside Holiday. Offensive rebound. Lopez. And the dunk by Lopez.
You love the way Robin Lopez just goes after those missed shots. That's where he can do damage.
Indiana trailing here. Collison kicks to Oladipo. Oladipo with a screen on Levine. Collison the pass to Oladipo. Stolen by Grant. Here's Levine. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. Levine's got his first 2 points of the night. Pacers trail by 4. Collison kicks to Bogdanovich. At the elbow, it's Turner. And that one comes up a bit short.
Right idea, but just too much heat on him defensively, even with the fadeaway.
Holiday gets the bucket.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Collison kicks to Young. The drive by Collison. That one good for 2.
Serve and the defense there. He makes a terrific read.
The Bulls leading by 4. Here's Holiday. 17 points for him last game against the Raptors in Toronto.
You can't forget about how great he was at forcing contact and getting to the line. He racked up a lot of easy points at the line that way.
And it's sent back by Turner. But they'll get another chance. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Pacers trail by 4. Robin Lopez, a solid big man who can clean up the glass and, Greg, get you some points on the other end.
And Robin Lopez might not have great range now, but, you know, that could change. He says he's working on a three-point shot, and his logic is that since his twin brother Brooke can make threes, it can't be that hard.
Maybe. And there's the bucket for Markkanen.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And Oladipo kicks to Collison. Oladipo with a screen on Levine. Thaddeus Young on the wing. Those 3-pointers off the mark.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Grant outside. He dishes it to Holiday. Back to Grant. He feeds it to Markkanen. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Oladipo dishes to Collison. Releases from 15, and the Pacers can't get it to go.
I mean, he's struggling, hitting a low percentage of his shots this quarter.
Outside Holiday. Lopez inside. He's against Turner. Lopez, no luck.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Just his first attempt. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. The Bulls leading by 8. Here's Holiday. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And the Pacers with the longest standing ownership in the NBA.
And that's a lot to be proud of for Pacers fans. I mean, Indiana, a state that loves basketball. And the Pacers haven't won fewer than 32 games since 1989. So they're always in the fold in terms of being competitive.
That free throw good from Holiday. Many teams these days looking to play in transition. Some have suggested widening the definition of the clear path foul to allow those exciting situations to play out. What do you think?
No, I don't think so. I think it's still basketball defensively. I think if you have a guy that's out in front of you, I think the rules right now is fantastic. I don't want to see a change where guys are scared to make a play on the basketball because, hey, if I don't foul him, he gets a chance to get a bucket and 2 more shots. At the end of the game, in a huge game, which they all are, sometimes you want to be able to foul a guy, but if he's in front of you, I like the way the rules are right now.
So timeout called here, the first for Indiana.
Yeah, and the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
You know, for the most part, their perimeter D is holding up, but they might have to sacrifice some of that to close down the lane.
A moment here to look at some numbers for Young. He's putting up about 12 points a game, 10 rebounds, and 2 assists. And what sets him apart is his rebounding. And as you can see, he's been in peak form.
You know what? It's part effort, part instincts. You see teams trying to keep a body or 2 on him, but that's easier said than done.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, easy call.
The Pacers shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one.
Well, whenever you watch the Bulls, you can't help but think back to their golden age. I remember those days. The '90 Bulls are arguably one of the best teams ever. Hard to argue with the greatness of those teams.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Denzel Valentine comes in for Justin Holiday, and it's done in for Jaren Grant. And Smitty, you got to play against Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen in the 90s. Just what was it like going up against them during their peak as a team?
A nightmare. The reason why you had 2 wing defenders in Jordan and Pippen who could guard the basketball. And then you had both those guys that were excellent on offense. And at the end of the game, they had the greatest closer of all time, in my opinion, in MJ.
Here's Leaf. Screen by Jefferson. Leaf, no good. And here are the Bulls now. They're on a 16-5 run here. That's good from Mirotic on the assist by Pondexter. Mirotic has got his first 2 points of the night. Pacers trail by 11. Kicks it out to Stevenson. They get it again. Count the basket.
Yeah, the job he does inside, just phenomenal. Jefferson can make defenders look silly when he's in the post. That's how good his moves are.
Now, here's Dunn. 11 points for him in that last game against Toronto. Pondexter with it. Young's there. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Here's Leaf. Pass to Jefferson. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
It's stolen by Jefferson. Here's Young. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
How about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play. And Thaddeus Young he's got a unique offensive skill set. I mean, he really is able to score over bigger players with just an array of little hooks and floaters and off-balance shots in the lane.
One shot.
That free throw good from Thaddeus Young. And Greg, at about 6'8", what is it that enables Young to finish so well inside?
I think it's more finesse than power. Not a lot of free throws for him, but he can get his shot off quickly before the shot blockers have time to gather. And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
There's the pick. Powered down as the whistle blows. A three-point play chance.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
That's what happens when you get an excellent screen like that. He had plenty of space to slash right toward the basket.
One shot.
Sabonis, he's checked in for the Pacers. And versatility never in more demand, Steve, than right now. Do you think we're seeing more versatile players in the league now than ever before?
Yeah, we are. I mean, I think top of the list is you start off with LeBron James. Then you have players like now Russell Westbrook, guys being able to collect triple doubles. Giannis, the Greek freak, Antetokounmpo is unbelievable because I think that by the time the end of his career, he'll be able to play the 5 for our size and 1 because of his skill set. Versatility in this league is a premium right now.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Dunn passes to Mirotic. Now here's Valentine. He's guarded closely, and Lance Stevenson picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Stolen by Stevenson.
That's going to drive your coach crazy. Protect the basketball. He lost focus for 1 second. There goes the possession.
Here's Pondexter. Here's Dunn. And again, no good by Chicago.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
And they'll keep possession. And the shot is good.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Pass to Mirotic. The feet to Valentine. Dunn sets a screen for Valentine. Good D by Stevenson.
Uh-oh. He misses the bunny. I think he thought somebody was coming over to contest it.
13 feet away. And it's blocked by Mirotic.
It's been a frustrating quarter for him shooting the basketball. He just has to make sure he's taking good shots.
And finished off by Mirotic.
Mirotic is not known as a high riser, but he can sneak up on you. The big guy making his mark on the highlight reel.
There's Sabonis, covered by Mirotic. And out of bounds is Chicago gains possession. And where the shot's been coming from tonight, here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and three-point shot attempts so far for the Bulls.
And the corner three has not been their shot of choice here tonight. And I think a big reason for that has been the defensive setup. They came in focused on taking away the short-range stripper.
Now, here's Dunn. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
You know what? He tried to lay it in at the point of attack. Just too much defensive pressure on that play.
Pass to Leaf for the three. No good. And it's Chicago the other way. Down low. Alicio, no good.
I appreciate the attack mindset, but with the defense tracking him down, it was probably better to kick that one out.
And here we go, the Bulls fast break. Now, here's Dunn. He's covered by Joseph. Yep, it counts.
There's just no way you are stopping Dunn when he's that close to the bucket. A skilled finisher and amazing athlete.
Here's Leaf. 40 seconds left in the first. And there's the foul. It'll go on Denzel Valentine. That is his first foul of the game. .36 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Jefferson lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Jefferson's got 6 points. The Bulls leading by 8. Now here's Dunn. Deflects the pass. He kicks it to Valentine. The three. Buries it from three-point range. Valentine's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And from the opening tip, they have been in complete control of this one.
Dominate on the court, and it's showing up on the scoreboard. Let's see if they can maintain this level of intensity.
Pondexter doesn't get it to drop for him. And so it's the Chicago Bulls holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And we'll be right back after this. Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And a comfortable margin for the Bulls here, guys.
Protecting that rim early on, that's been a big factor for them tonight.
Well, you can erase a lot of defensive mistakes when you have shot blockers lurking in the background.
Now Joseph. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. On the court for Indiana, they've got Lance Stevenson. Sabonis is out there with Jefferson. Then it's Corey Joseph. And it's Leaf in at the 3, the small forward. Chicago leading by 9. And here is Dunn. And Mirotic has it in the corner. The offensive rebound. Felicio kicks to Dunn. Cans it from downtown. Dunn's got 5 now.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
There's the dish to Jefferson. Stevenson outside. Jefferson setting the pick for Stevenson. Second chance shot, and it's blocked by Mirotic. Now, here's Dunn. D right on him, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
And you have to love whenever Dunn squares up from mid-range. His jump shot is just money in the bank.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Denzel Valentine. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Lopez, he's checked in for Felicio. Markkanen comes in for Mirotic. And Levine subbed in for Quincy Pondexter. Now here's Collison. Turner with the screen. 4 on the shot clock. Collison's shot is good.
He turned on the Jets. As soon as he got that screen, they went right to the hole. Great decision making there.
Well, last season there seemed to be a disjoint between the Bulls players and the coaching staff in the front office. Made for a lot of off-the-court distraction, it seemed like, Smitty, and took the wind out of their sails.
You're right. There were a lot of rumors and accusations going around as to why there was a rift. I can tell you this, when things are that sour, it is hard to focus on basketball. Hopefully the Bulls can put that behind them.
Here's Levine after the made shot from Victor Oladipo. And they're on the break. Stops, pops. Rebound by the Bulls.
I'm not sure of the thought process on that one. Really bad shot selection.
Well, you're playing for the team, not just yourself. They needed much better execution that trip down the floor.
Bogdanovich, no luck. The Bulls leading by 10. Here's Valentine. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Miles Turner.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
The Bulls have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
That's good from Valentine. Well, the NBA can be a superstitious place at times, Steve, with all the quirks and characters in the league. And when you played, what was the strangest game day ritual that you ever saw?
I think Harold Miner. He touched everything with his nose, his gym shoes, his wristbands, the basketballs at the free throw line, and everybody did. And I think for me, as I got older, it wasn't strange. It was out of necessity. I had to get in some kind of steam room and have all those hot pads wrapped around me just to get loose to play.
I like that story. I don't like Baby Jordan's story, though. Harold Miner, that doesn't work for me. I don't understand that. Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
And this is what you got to do. I mean, if it ain't working, call timeout, try to figure out what you can do to fix the problem.
You know, also, it's just a chance to take a breath, regroup, get your mind set, and come back out fresh.
Chicago making a switch here. Holiday's checked in.
And with the pause in the action, let's look at the numbers for Lopez. He's around 10 points per game, 13 rebounds, and just over 3 blocks. And not many players possess his kind of ability to protect the rim. I mean, you look at the block total, pretty remarkable.
All shots he's changed just by challenging them. Such a luxury to have someone like this as your last line of defense.
And certainly while the injury for Zach LaVine and his ACL was devastating, Greg, it's good to see him back on the court, and he seems to be on track to making a full recovery.
And Kevin, still amazing to me to see just how far the medical community has come in terms of treating ACL injuries. LaVine is such an athletic monster. To lose even a little burst would have been huge. Fortunately, though, with modern medicine, it's going to allow this guy to make the most of his potential still.
Free throw good, LaVine.
I mean, thinking back to where LaVine was drafted, 13th overall, raised some eyebrows, but it was all about upside.
And so LaVine nails both of them.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Oladipo outside. Bogdanovich against Holiday. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And you see Bogdanovich, 6'8" at times, listed at shooting guard. GA, is he a 2?
No, if anything, I think he's often better defending power forwards than he is against the wings, in part because you're not going to look to post that position in the way the game is played today. This guy is skilled and tough, but doesn't have the great foot speed defensively, so I think that's to his advantage to guard those guys.
Free throw good, Bogdanovich.
And Bogdanovich is a confident, efficient player, a guy who can play either the 2 or 3 spots on the floor.
And so he makes both from the line.
And really, as recently as 2014, the Pacers were a team with that old school front court. Some tall timber inside, and they played that slow, methodical pace. they have revamped the roster, looking to space the floor and really fire it up on offense.
Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Oladipo, the pass to Sabonis. The drive by Collison, and Grant sends it back. Oladipo against Holiday. Kicks it to Markkanen. Passes to Levine. Out to the right wing. Takes a 3. The Bulls keep it alive. Second chance shot. Here's Lopez, and Lopez throws it down.
Great concentration from Lopez to absorb the contact and finish the play off anyway.
Right side, Collison. Gets a very good look and converts. Collison's got 4 points this quarter. And the Pacers now looking to revamp how they approach things. The rebuild is on, it would appear.
Yeah, and a good time to do it when they saw Paul George would be leaving. It won't be easy to make the transition, but the Pacers do have a good collection of young talent.
So it's the Pacers now, after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Here's Sabonis. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
Excellent play call there. The defense was not prepared for the pick, and as a result, they gave up the wide open look.
Lopez, a screen on Collison. Outside Holiday, buries the long-range jumper. Holiday's got 9 points.
And there aren't many players more reliable from three-point range than he is, especially when the D's playing off him like that.
Now here's Collison. 6 points for him. No one near Turner as he lets it go. The shot's good. Collison making the play.
And because of his size, that's a difficult shot to contest.
But it's not just the size, it's the natural feel for the mid-range game. Not everyone has it.
Here's Levine. Markkanen kicks to Lopez. And Lopez throws it down.
When Lopez gets in that close, it's tough to stop him from slamming it home.
Left side, Turner. Outside, Bogdanovich. Collison against Grant. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You look at Chicago. They're right now in the 8th spot in the conference here in the early part of the season. And checking out Indiana, a half game back.
And for Chicago, they're in the mix for a playoff spot, which is definitely a positive. But I'm sure they'd like to have had their hands around that spot a little tighter than they do.
I agree. They're not going to be able to coast. They're going to have to battle their way into the postseason. But maybe they'll toughen up by the time the playoffs arrive.
The Pacers shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one. Thaddeus Young. He's checked in for Domantas Sabonis.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That free throw good from Turner.
And guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
Markkanen sets the pick for Levine. And then Levine with the jam.
The creativity, extreme athleticism. You see why Zach's won the dunk contest multiple times.
That was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Under Armour. Another unleash chaos moment. Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. And one of the pieces of the Jimmy Butler trade this offseason, Zach LaVine, finds himself as a prime building block for a rebuilding team. The Bulls see him as a star of the future.
And rightfully so, even given the fact that he's recovering from the ACL surgery. LaVine is young and can grow his game with the team. Hard to get fair value for a player of Butler's ability, but LaVine is a great place to start.
And here are the Pacers now, down by 12. Young, a screen on Levine. To the middle. Layup off the pick. And it's laid up and in by Young. Young's got his third basket of the night right there. The Bulls have gone 7 of 13 from the field since the start of the second. Outside Holiday. Levine for three. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. And that's now 9 points for Zach Levine. Collison kicks to Oladipo. They set the pick. Collison dishes to Oladipo. Some solid defense from Grant.
You know, I like the competitive fire, but he's still really out of sync.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. The Bulls have been excellent at the free throw line here today. A flawless 6 for 6.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
The free throw drops for Grant. Well, you know, you think about the way the Bulls ended their season last year, snuck into the playoffs as the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference. And in fact, Smitty, they jumped off to a 2-0 series lead, but then the reverse sweep happens to them.
Yeah, it did. Hard to say how deep they could have gone if they stayed healthy, but they almost put those Cinderella slippers on as an 8th seed. Losing Rondo, it hurt. This team just never looked the same in that series.
And Grant drops them both. And last season, so many battles going on in the Chicago Bulls organization, Steve, and they weren't all on the court. Hoiberg was in a difficult place, but was given a vote of confidence for this season from that front office.
You know, it had to be hard for Hoiberg as he's had a lot of things working against him. The roster hasn't matched how he has envisioned this offense working. Then infighting with players and management has put him in a tough spot.
Collison with it. Now defended by Grant. Collison kicks to Bogdanovich. Good, and the assist goes to Collison. Collison's got his third assist on the night.
And you just have to admire that aggressive nature of Bogdanovich. He's just itching to pull the trigger as soon as the ball hits his hand.
Oladipo misses.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
From 18 feet away, and that one off the back of the rim and in. And that's now 11 points for Zach Levine. Collison kicks to Young. Collison with a screen on Grant. On the wing, Turner over Lopez. The rebound by Holiday. The Bulls leading by 14. To the paint, knocked loose, and so the ball is out of bounds. Bogdanovich touched it last. Chicago making some changes. Felicio's checked in for Lopez. Mirotic comes in for Markkanen, and it's Pondexter in for Zach Levine. The Pacers also changing it up. Leaf checked in for Bogdanovich. Lance Stevenson comes in for Oladipo. And it's Joseph in for Darren Collison. Got a piece of it. Pondexter kicks to Holiday. They get it back. Here's Felicio, and it's sent back by Turner. Young passes to Joseph. Right side, Turner shoots from 14, and a little luck that time, but it drops. Turner's got 7 now in this quarter.
And after a scoreless first quarter, he's finally finding the range here in the second.
Grant kicks to Mirotic. And the Bulls with another miss.
You know, and I'll tell you, he's got nothing here in the second quarter after just one made shot in the first.
Stevenson with it. Now guarded by Mirotic. A floater, and it will go, and the Bulls' lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Joseph.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Grant dishes to Holiday. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And a moment here to check out the numbers for Mirotic. He's averaging 11 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
And the numbers, they back it up. Whether he can sustain this level of production, we don't know. But the arrow's pointing upward right now.
And he makes the first. Chris Dunn's checked in for Jaron Grant. Jefferson's checked in for the Pacers. Both free throws good from Holiday. Pacers trail by 12. Pass to Leaf. Back to Joseph. Screen by Young. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. As we get a break in the action, let's take a peek at the team's scoring leaders. Fourth, the Bulls.
And how about the year they've had offensively? This is a team that can put points on the board in a hurry. Always fun to watch them play.
Dunn with it. He's got 7. Here's Pondexter. Mirotic passes to Dunn. The Pacers pull it in. Jefferson's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Young in the corner. Got a piece of it.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Three-pointer, Pondexter. And Felicio is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Valentine's checked in for Chicago. Pacers trail by 12. There's 1:54 left in the first half. Joseph with the ball, now guarded by Valentine. The offensive rebound. Shots good by Jefferson.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Here's Dunn, and he banks in the layup. Dunn's got 7 points for the quarter.
I like what he's given them tonight. Efficient offense that's helped fuel this lead.
Pass to Leaf. To the middle. Here's Stevenson. Can't hit that one. So the Bulls will take it the other way. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Valentine kicks to Mirotic. Count that as his 4th basket of the night. Just 7 shots to get there.
Mirotic, not just a perimeter guy. He has a variety of ways to score in the paint.
Dishes to Stevenson. Back to Joseph. They set the pick. Off the screen. And he hits the jump shot.
Excellent use of the screen there to free himself up and create space to make the open J.
43 seconds left in the first half of the game. Here's Mirotic. Trains the three-pointer. Mirotic has got 12 points in the game.
The outside shot is effortless for Mirotic. He makes it look so easy.
Joseph dishes to Jefferson. Pass to Leaf. Three-pointer. Chicago grabs the miss.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Felicio, the pass to Mirotic. 6 on the shot clock. To the paint. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
Just active defensively here, being extremely disruptive.
You know, I love the effort just to get a hand in there. He is disrupting the offensive flow.
Here's Dunn. And so it's the Chicago Bulls riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Fred Hoiberg. Coach, your team set the tone defensively in that first half. What stood out to you most at that end of the floor?
Just overall activity. We had active hands. We got a lot of deflections. That led to some run-out, easy baskets for us.
Coach, we'll see if they still have that energy in the second half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. This big mountain of a man is Shaquille O'Neal, and this hill of a man is Kenny the Jet Smith. Chicago was looking great right away. You could see the daggers in their eyes as they went on a 10-4 run to start things off. After a well-executed first quarter, they held the lead by 11. Then in quarter number 2, they actually increased their intensity to pull further out in front, finishing with a double-digit advantage at the half. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Well, they built this lead in large part because of the sharpshooters off the bench. The subs played a superb game. Get it? Subs, superb. Oh, I'm rolling tonight. I mean, they played like starters.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Indiana?
Not pretty to watch how they get torched in the low post, Ernie. When they were playing defense in the post, you know me, Ernie. Barbecue chicken alert, barbecue chicken alert. This team is going to have to up the pressure, play more physical in the second half, start a fight, throw some bowls, let's go.
And that will wrap up our halftime report, as it's just about time for the start of the second half.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. You know, Mirotic has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, the effort and intensity from a defensive standpoint has just really been superb, really firing up his team.
His rim protection in the first half, that allows his teammates to extend out defensively because they know he's lurking in the background.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Markkanen and Lopez are together down low. Then there's Grant. Then it's Zach LaVine. And it's Holiday in at the 2 guard. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. To the right side. Shot clock at 5. The shot by Turner, no good.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Robin Lopez, a player who does more for a team than what shows up on the stat sheet. Very effective inside with his ability to contest and fight for rebounds. A tough defender that doesn't need many touches to play his role.
Now, here is Young. Turner with a screen for Young. Stolen by Markkanen. Holiday against Oladipo. Here's Markkanen. The shot, no good. Good defensive work there by Young.
They can't buy one right now. 0 for 4 already to start the third.
Yep, it counts. Turner's got the first basket of the second half. That one for the Pacers.
He's done his job tonight scoring the basketball, but they've still been outplayed overall.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. For 3, LaVine, and the 3 ball is good. LaVine's got 14. And as tough as Robin Lopez is on opponents, he might be even tougher on mascots. Steve, he has a long-standing feud with mascots since he entered the NBA.
Yeah, I've seen him beat, trip, smack, and all-out abuse mascots around this league. He does it all in good and a fun way, and fans love him for it. Everyone has to have their thing, and his is fighting guys in animal suits.
And here is Grant after the 3-pointer from Zach LaVine. Grant against Collison. No good from Grant. Pacers trail by 16. It's Oladipo on the wing. Guarded by LaVine. Here's Bogdanovich. Offline with his 3.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Lopez, a screen on Bogdanovich. And LaVine, here we go. And the dunk by Lopez.
That's nice patience by Zach LaVine, finding the open man, not trying to do it all himself.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. And the Pacers call time here.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, The amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
You start to wonder, in my opinion, is it better to take everything to the rack now or to try at least draw some fouls?
And a moment now to see some numbers for Levine. Averaging about 26 points per, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. So much of what this team does revolves around his offense.
He stacks up points. Reason why? Because that's his mindset. He wants to carry the load and clearly is successful at it.
They get it again. Turner gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
His combination of energy and anticipation showing up on the offensive glass.
Grant kicks to Markkanen. There's the screen. Levine for 3. Bulls with the first shot clock. Lopez dishes to Levine. And stolen by Bogdanovich. And here's the break. All going up court. Shots good by Turner.
Yeah, and he runs the floor with a purpose that time. Excellent play.
You know what? And a late reaction by the transition D takes it himself uncontested.
Now here's Grant. 6 points for him. Lopez a screen on Young. Grant the pass to Markkanen. And the 3 off target.
Just hasn't had his night, but his teammates are picking up the slack.
And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. And let's take a quick look at the point guards this year, racking up the most steals per game. 5th is Darren Collison.
And not only are these players tremendous at picking a ball handler's pocket, but as terrific point guards, they also know how to jump into passing lanes and get a steal or deflection that way as well.
What I love about it, these guys are dialed in defensively. That's the game plan for these guys. Defensive mindset first.
Levine can't hit.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Grant against Oladipo. And that one is good. Oladipo's got 6.
I like to see that. Taking it up strong in traffic.
Chicago leading by 12. There's the pick. Levine with it, and Young picks him up defensively. And the call will be against Thaddeus Young. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Sabonis, he's checked in for Young. Holiday left side. And the Bulls with another miss. Pacers trail by 12. Here's Bogdanovich. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
This is a guy who knows how to orchestrate an offense. Terrific lead pass.
Levine kicks to Markkanen. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Levine's got 3 assists now in this one. Now here's Collison. He's got 8. Here's Turner, and he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line.
And examining his numbers this season, we can see that he's been an exceptional free throw shooter, right around 85.
Shooting 1.
The Bulls leading by 10. Now Grant. 6 points for him. And Holiday has it in the corner. Kick out to Levine. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
Another one for Zach. He has a scorer's mentality. Very dangerous when he gets into rhythm.
Outside Bogdanovich. And there's the pass to Sabonis. Here's Turner. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Chicago's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the 3rd quarter. They've made 3 of 6. Levine kicks to Grant. And he gets the bucket. Grant's got 8 points.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
With this big of a deficit in the score, you think the losing team would be playing harder. Nope, the opposite.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. 7 points in the game. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
This will be his 3rd free throw shot of the game.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Mirotic is checked in for Lopez. Valentine comes in for Justin Holiday, and it's done in for Grant. The Pacers also changing it up. Jefferson's checked in for Miles Turner. Lance Stevenson comes in for Victor Oladipo. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Darren Collison. Free throw good, Bogdanovich. Chicago leading by 12. Dunn dishes to Mirotic. Valentine kicks to Markkanen. Up off the screen. And the layup is good. Markkanen's got 5 points now in the quarter. Now here's Joseph. Tight defense on him. It's deflected. They recover it. The Pacers have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9. Free throw good, Jefferson. Felicio's checked in for Chicago. Pondexter comes in for Zach LaVine. And a change for the Pacers. Leafs checked in. Good on both.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And here is Dunn. He's got 9. Felicio kicks to Valentine. Stolen by Stevenson. Feeds it to Joseph. Indiana moving it around. Stevenson, a screen on Mirotic. Clock at 6. Here's Sabonis. Offensive rebound. Here's Jefferson. And this is his second trip to the line tonight. That free throw good from Al Jefferson. He hits both from the stripe. Chicago leading by 10. Dunn with it. He's got 9. Here's Valentine to the left wing. A 3 ball. It's rebounded by Jefferson. Jefferson's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And Joseph kicks to Sabonis. Now here's Joseph. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Here's Valentine. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And a look now at the various locations of the shots taken so far for Turner.
Well, that is what it looks like when you are in the zone. He's been very efficient with his scoring and is leading the way for his team on offense. With every make, you can see the confidence growing. And I don't think he'll slow down anytime soon.
First free throw is good. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Pacers trail by 12. Pass to Joseph. Jefferson setting the pick for Joseph. Overdone. Tips it up. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. 14 points for Al Jefferson.
He did a stellar job throwing his body into the mix and coming up with the easy tip in.
Dunn kicks to Valentine. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Valentine's got 4 points in the quarter.
And that's something for the team's fans and for his highlight reel.
And so here is Indiana. A 12-point game. Pass to Leaf. Sabonis kicks to Jefferson. A second chance effort. He lays it in. Jefferson's got 16.
Love the extra possessions. Defense has them stopped, but can't control the boards.
Inside, ripped away. Here's Pondexter, laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Bulls lead by 12. Indiana's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Now Joseph, he dishes it to Stevenson. A floater, the putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Controlling the defensive glass has been a problem here tonight.
Chicago leading by 10. Out to the right wing. Here's Mirotic. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Hey, Steve, when Mirotic came over to the NBA, he had an immediate impact and showed a lot of promise to grow. Unfortunately, he has been stagnant since his strong rookie season. Any idea why?
Mirotic is just a bit of what you see, what you get kind of player. Not terribly consistent game to game or shot to shot. Can stretch the floor, but doesn't give you much else.
2 shots.
That free throw missing.
And when Mirotic first came over to the NBA, he made a big splash, showed that he can act as that stretch 4 and contribute. Unfortunately, he just hasn't evolved as a player since that rookie year.
And the second free throw, good. And for Mirotic, a lot of his lack, Greg, of progression as a player has come from inconsistency.
And you can see it in his field goal percentage as well as when he plays. It needs to find more consistency in every facet of the game. But young enough, I think, to still make that happen.
Excellent use of the screen there to free himself up and create space to make the open J.
Mirotic, a screen on Joseph. Done shots, good.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Now here's Joseph. Passes it to Sabonis. To the paint. Here's Stevenson. Got a piece of it. And he recovers it. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
And all those second chance points have given them a boost here in the second half, and that's a great way to cut into the lead.
Valentine kicks to Pondexter. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Let's take a moment to see the squads that have been the most dominant on the glass this season. The Pacers 4th.
You know, it's not necessarily a glamour stat, but make no mistake, their top-notch board work has been a huge key to their success.
Gentlemen, roof shot. Roof shot.
And the first one drops. The Pacers making a switch here. Young's checked in. Both free throws good from Pondexter. 1:29 left in the third quarter. And here's Stevenson. 6 points for him. Screen by Jefferson. Joseph, the pass to Jefferson. And he comes up with the deuce. Jefferson's got 10 points in just the second half.
Yeah, one of the few bright spots for his team. I mean, he's had a very efficient offensive performance.
Overall, it hasn't been pretty for his team, but he has shot the ball well.
Mirotic gets the bucket.
And especially for a big man, the spot-up attempt is much easier. Mirotic with plenty of time to set his feet and knock it down.
Now here's Joseph. Banked in off the glass. Joseph's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
A nice move, attacking in the paint with confidence.
There's 42 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. The feed to Mirotic, and it's done in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. Over Joseph. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. 13 points for Chris Dunn.
And Dunn has such exceptional shooting form. Just a smooth operator from that spot on the floor.
Screen by Young. Stevenson kicks to Jefferson. And stolen by Dunn. He feeds it to Valentine. Over Stevenson. It's rebounded by Indiana. Jefferson's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Pass to Leaf from the arc. No good on that one. And so it's Chicago. Up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Moments ago from the huddle, let's listen in on head coach Fred Hoiberg.
Make them feel us now, all right? We got to guard them, all right? Contest everything and rebound. All 5 you guys get in there and rebound that thing, all right?
Words of Fred Hoiberg moments ago asking for a full commitment to defense and rebounding. We'll see if he can get it.
Yeah, I mean, everyone loves offense. It's that shiny sports car, you know, but you have to do those other things to perform well consistently.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. And a look at the 5 for the Pacers to start the fourth quarter. We've got Young. Lance Stevenson is out there with Corey Joseph. Then there's Al Jefferson. And it's Leaf in at the 4.
One shot.
Pacers trail by 15. Joseph with the ball. Screen by Jefferson. Here's Leaf. Rebound by Pondexter.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position, does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
And the Bulls making a change here. Lopez is checked in. Then for the Pacers, Miles Turner, he's checked in for Jefferson. And it's Victor Oladipo in for Lance Stevenson.
One shot.
That's good from Valentine. Pacers trail by 18. And Joseph kicks to Young. And that one goes long. And for the Bulls, they're shooting at 51%. Really solid. Valentine kicks to Grant. Now Pondexter. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's going to be on Miles Turner.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. So for the Bulls, Markkanen, he's checked in for Mirotic, and Justin Holiday subbed in for Denzel Valentine. Then for the Pacers, Bogdanovich comes in for Leaf, and it's Collison in for Corey Joseph. Both shots good from the stripe. Well, the league has long had a rookie orientation program. People rave about it. It continues to develop and evolve. More recently, Steve, they've created a program for players transitioning to retirement. This is an outstanding idea. What's important with that in your eyes?
I'm glad you brought that up, Kevin. I think the rookie orientation should even start even earlier. I think it should start at the college level. Not saying that everybody's going to make it to the NBA, but it helps you what they give you just in the game of life. And then transitioning to retirement, I think it should be the first day you sign that NBA contract, the transition should start, because it could end with an injury. And obviously we know even if you play a lengthy career, in 10 or 12 years is over.
Like if you were going to talk to a young player and if the player said, Steve, give me one thing that I need to remember as I go through my career and then it ends. What's the one thing, piece of advice you would feed to a young player about what's going to be at the end of this journey?
Well, I think, first of all, there's a couple things, Kevin, and I have to answer. First, you got to keep your value system. Second, financially, you got to understand is make it simple as possible. You're not going to be able to live on the same type of salary for the rest of your life. So if you have a contract, say $20 million, in a simple way, divide that up for like 50 years, because that's how much you're going to need to be able to live off on.
Here's Grant after the made shot from Victor Oladipo. Back to Grant. Lopez kicks to Markkanen. Lets it go with a three. And it goes for the 5th time in 10 shots for him this game.
Here we go. His second made from beyond the arc in the second half after having no such luck in the first.
Collison dishes to Oladipo. Turner with the screen. And it's Quincy Pondexter with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Well, and each player has their strengths and their weaknesses, Smitty. When you played, what did you feel was your greatest strength as a player? And maybe the one area that held you back a little bit?
I think basketball IQ, being able to shoot the basketball, versatility, And then I think the one thing that held me back, I wish I was more athletic. I really wish I could jump, Kevin, high like a lot of these guys, because I think that gives you an advantage if you have both the IQ, the versatility, and athleticism.
Chicago with the ball. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. The dish to Lopez. It's stolen by Oladipo. Over Levine. Again, Oladipo missing. The Bulls leading by 21. On the wing, Levine fires from deep, and the Bulls another three.
They're giving him a little too much space out there. That's his third triple since halftime.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Now here's Turner. Oladipo for three. Nailed from three-point land. Oladipo's got 5 points now this quarter. Chicago has gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Markkanen sets the pick for Levine. He kicks to Markkanen. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And here's the fast break. Oladipo leading the way. Again, Oladipo missing. The Bulls have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. And Holiday, here we go, goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
And you have to like the location of this pass. Gives it to him where he can do something with it.
Here's Collison. And Smitty, this year the NBA choosing to start the season a bit earlier to cut down on the back-to-back games during the year. Do you think the NBA should spread the schedule out even more? Are you happy the way they have at least gone about this season?
I think the NBA, Adam Silver and those guys have done a fantastic job. I love how they give the guys basically a week after All-Star game. They're starting a little bit early to cut down the back-to-backs. Either way, if you can find ways to help the recovery time, is great. But I think right now, the league and the games and the scheduling, they're in good hands right now.
And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
He just can't get it cranked up from beyond the arc. No threes in this half after just hitting one in the first.
Grant kicks to Holiday. Back to Grant. Here's Lopez. Buries it from about 10 feet away. That gives him the double-double. 10 points and 18 rebounds. Indiana's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Collison, the pass to Oladipo. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
And that can't happen. Missing the wide open chip shot.
It's stolen by Oladipo. To the middle. Here's Young. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. And the Bulls with possession. They're on an 18-7 run. Grant dishes to Lopez. Outside Holiday. Back to Lopez. 5 to shoot. Shoots over Turner. He's off on that one. So the Pacers will take it the other way. Collison against Holiday. Collison kicks to Oladipo. A second chance effort, and the layup is up and in. Oladipo's got 9 points here in the second half.
Now we can say it. He's a completely different shooter this half. Much more confidence, much more success.
Grant kicks to Levine. Back to Grant. Here's Holiday. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Here's Oladipo. And the rebound goes to Lopez. The Bulls leading by 21. Here's Grant. That one, no good. Nice D from Oladipo. On the last half-decade or so, the NBA, Steve, has realized the true value of the corner three, and now offenses all over the league are designed to take advantage of it. Part of that is because it's just closer to the rim than any other three-pointer.
Yeah, you're right, and you should. I mean, when you have a three-point arc, yes, the corner threes are going to be shorter, and it's harder from a guy to shoot it from straight on. But when you have a guy that can shoot it straight on, you can see the dynamics of a team defensively. It's hard to cover But I don't think the NBA should widen the court because of the value of the corner three. That's a part of the game.
Should the lane be widened? Should we talk about the court and making all the threes the same length? What about the lane?
Well, I think you can widen the lane if you change the defensive rules, because right now you're allowed to play zone. If you went back to man-to-man, yes, I think you should widen it. But teams are allowed to play zone. I think the value of keeping it the same helps the defense a little bit more.
Free throw good, Levine. So for the Bulls, Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. Paul Zipser comes in for Markkanen, and David Nwaba is subbed in for Justin Holiday. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Anabogu's checked in for Miles Turner. Sabonis comes in for Thaddeus Young. Glenn Robinson III is checked in for Bogdanovich, and Joseph Young subbed in for Darren Collison. Indiana's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Shoots off the screen. Young's shot is off. Chicago leading by 23. Levine passes to Zipser. Over Robinson. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Pacers shooting around 41% on the night. Grant against Young. Kicks it to Robinson. There's a good screen. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper.
Excellent use of the screen there to free himself up and create space to make the open J.
Now here's Grant. The pass to Zipser. Nwaba kicks to Portis. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
And a high percentage look there, and he takes full advantage. Bumps up the lead.
Yeah, the lead now is double digits. Some tricky matchups out there. Not a lot of solutions.
And Robinson wide open. He shoots. A three-pointer off the mark. For Chicago, they've gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth. Right around 46-47%.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Love the unselfishness.
And so it's Indiana with it. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Oladipo with the ball. Now defended by Grant. He used that pick to get in close.
You've got to give a ton of credit to the screener. That play easily opened up the easy layup for his teammate.
And this is the first season where we have ads on jerseys in the NBA with the teams. Gut reaction, Steve, now that you've seen the ads on the jerseys, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I don't like it because I know it's going to start to add up. Well, we're not going to even be able to see the player's name and the logos. It's just going to be ads everywhere. I understand it, but I don't like it.
You know, I can see it for practice jerseys. I can see it maybe when you're selling it retail to the fans. But, I mean, isn't there enough advertising already? I mean, let's that's one of the great things about keep it as pure as possible. I get the European deal, but there's so much money here, it would seem like this is just an add-on that doesn't need to be added on.
Kevin, I totally agree with you. I think practice jerseys, like you said, selling the jerseys maybe, but I think also maybe at the All-Star game, you can fill those guys up for that one game. But I would love to keep it pure, getting a chance to just see those uniforms the way they are.
Here is Robinson. After Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. 1:31 left to play in the final quarter. Kick out to Levine. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. There's the pick. Grant dishes to Levine. Just 4 to shoot. He tries for 3, and that one's good. Zipser's got 5 points now this quarter.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Bulls.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And a lot of players tonight helped contribute to this performance, but in particular, a real good game it was for Zach LaVine.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Now here's LaVine. Pass to Portis. Here's Zipser. Here's Grant. And the three off target. Young against Grant. And here's Young. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And that'll do it, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.